Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we are doing sausage gravy and biscuits. I got the biscuit recipe from the Spruce Eats, and I'm using this 1-to-1 King Arthur flour because I'm still gluten-free. You should still be able to use this same recipe even if you're not gluten-free. I've tried to pick recipes that I can do a 1-to-1 on. We'll see what happens. So I'm starting with 2 cups of flour. In fact, let's just get everything out of the way so I can do this, because baking is not my area. I got 2 cups of flour. I got 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I got 2 teaspoons of sugar. I've got 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and I've got a 1.5 cups heavy cream. Right, so I'm putting in my 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Again, in this case, measure for measure flour, and I'm adding my sugar, 2 teaspoons, my baking powder, 2.5 teaspoons, and my salt. Again, 3/4 teaspoon. Now we're coming in with our hand, nature's whisk, and we're just going woo, 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 like a psychopath, hoping the neighbors are in the hall, opening the door to their apartment, thinking I'm weird, right? Now, once we got that in there, gonna add a bit of my cream. Then I'm gonna add the rest of my cream. And we should keep twiddling it around until a shaggy dough forms. If your fingers are coated in the crap, just keep mixing and that should alleviate itself. If it doesn't, then oh well, we'll rinse it off in a minute. Jerkins don't tell them if I have to rinse it off. At this point, we're putting everybody on a lightly floured work surface. Now this is where things can get a little bit tricky, right? Because I'm using gluten-free flour and you probably aren't. But you're just bringing it together. Kind of like, I don't know, silly putty. We're not rolling it out. We're just gonna pat it together. I'm not sure where my biscuit cutters are, so I'm just gonna use this glass. If you have biscuit cutters, you can use them. Now, if it seems like it's coming apart, feel free to bunch it back together. Okay, I don't think I can get any more biscuits out of this. I did get 7 biscuits. My timer on the camera is at 8 minutes and 20 seconds, so that was pretty quick. And I did like 4 intros because I always do like 4 intros. So this is quick and easy. Now we're gonna take this and put it in our 425 degree oven for 12 minutes. While those are baking, I'm gonna go ahead and melt 3 tablespoons of butter to brush on the top later. And I'm gonna start my sausage gravy. I'm starting with 1 pound of the sausage I made in the last episode. Go ahead and cook that up. If you want to use store-bought sausage, you can. If you want to buy some ground pork and just go nuts on that, you can. The world is your mollusk. Or crustacean. One of those. And you're just gonna give this a little time. You should probably oil the pan just a little bit before you get this started. I always forget to, because I always think, it's sausage, it's got plenty of fat in it. As it cooks, you're just gonna break it up like you would any other ground meat product that you want into little chunklets. If you ever burn the butter like this, just pour it out, deal with it later. Don't take your eye off the butter. Not even for a moment. Okay. Sausage is there. Check for cooked and pinkness, move anybody around. We'll give it another minute. And then we'll get to the other part. Okay, once it comes together, I'm adding 1 cup of heavy cream. You can use milk, but it's going to be slightly more milk, I think. If we have to add more, we will. And a heaping tablespoon of our flour. At least that's what I'd do if I were making this not gluten-free. Cup and a half heavy cream. You can also use milk. You can mix milk and cream. That may require you to use a little bit more all-purpose flour for thickening. Don't let that happen again, Mark. Biscuits are almost done. I'm going to brush the tops and give them another minute. Now that this looks like it's coming together, I'm going to add a couple things. Big pinch of minced thyme. I had the thyme sitting around. Big pinch of minced sage. Give her a mix, let them get to know each other, cook a little bit. Give it a little taste. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Big pinch. And if you don't like it thick like this, you can just add a little milk. In fact, that thickened more than I thought it would. So this is my strategy for stuff like this, right? I start using the smaller amount. Then, if I notice that it thickens faster than I want it to, I can add a little bit more, or I can thin it out with milk. Remember, thin is usually easier than thick. My biscuits are done. Yours will probably look better than this, assuming you're not gluten-free. Gluten-free biscuits just kind of look like that. It just tasted a little bit. It does taste like a biscuit, so that's a win. Uncut, this took 31 minutes to record. You can do this at home. It's easy. Like, subscribe, click the little bell. I made these biscuits and gravy, and you can too. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.